Hello everyone, welcome back to Police Quest in Pursuit of the Death Angel. As you can see, I'm back at the computer again. This time I'm not looking up naughty words. I just wanted to look up one thing which was mentioned actually in the briefing and which I forgot to look up. In the briefing it was mentioned that there's a stolen car that's been reported. You can actually put in the identifying information of the car here. For example, the license plate of the car was LOP 1238. So if you punch this into the computer here, it'll actually give you the details of the car. So it's a 1983 Cadillac DeVille, black, obviously reported stolen. There's the license plate number and the VIN, the vehicle identification number, and the registered owner with his address. So during the briefing, I asked, who is Malcolm Washington? Because the guy giving the briefing said, try to find this car so I can get that Malcolm Washington character off my back. And I said, who's Malcolm Washington? Well, there you go. There's the answer. He is the owner of the reported stolen car. So obviously, the computer is a nice resource. You can look up things in it. In Police Quest 3, Police Quest 3 actually has computers in the police cars. So in that game, it's actually really cool. You can actually, if you see a car driving by, you can actually punch the license plate of the car into your in-car computer and see there if it's stolen or not. But that was a later technological innovation. At this point in history, in the late 1980s, mobile data was still relatively rare, and I guess it wasn't widespread in police cars yet. So if you want to look up something in this game, you'll have to drive to the station to do it. Okay, I think I'm done with this computer for now. In response to some feedback on the last couple of videos, I did turn up the speed of the emulator to maximum. So Sonny walks a little bit faster now. This is as fast as he goes. He's not going to get faster than this, unfortunately. But turning up the speed definitely makes a difference in the loading times. I think where the Apple IIgs was especially slow was on loading times between screens. And that's true to life. Like the real Apple IIgs that I had as a kid took forever. It took like 30 seconds every time you went from one screen to another in these games. That's just how it was. The disk loading was insanely slow. So hopefully that will be sped up now for the rest of this video play, or for the rest of this Let's Play. So let me go ahead and restore the game that I made. Actually, I overwrote the game from last time. So I made a new game called At Car, and I have here now 27 points, which I believe is the highest number of points that you can have at this point in the game. No pun intended. I believe it is actually possible to get slightly more than the supposed maximum of 245 points due to a bug or bugs in the game. There are some scoring bugs that let you get more than 245 points, but yeah, we'll worry about that later. For now, we do need to check the car. Also, thank you to the person who told me that you don't actually have to type in anything. You just need to walk around the car like this. You don't actually need to type check car like I was doing. You just need to do that until the game gives you this, this message. So now we're ready to hit the streets. So now we go ahead and open door. And yeah, you can press, on the PC, you can press F4. On the Apple IIgs, you can press Shift 4 to get in the car. And then close the door. Oh, also, one other thing I forgot to do is if you type look inside the car, you'll notice a nightstick. So let's go ahead and get that nightstick while we're here. And we can look at it in inventory. It's the PR-24, which is a fairly standard nightstick. It is a self-defense tool. It develops high levels of kinetic energy via centrifugal force. Special training certification required to use it. So basically, in the game's manual, 3 levels of force are defined. One is verbal. So if you find somebody who's being verbally difficult, then obviously you don't use weapons on them. You just you have to remain calm and remain in control of the situation. Hand-to-hand fighting will probably involve the nightstick. If somebody attacks you with their fists or with a melee weapon, you probably need to use the nightstick on them. The gun is only to be used when you're faced with deadly force. So you use the gun only when somebody's life is in danger, either your life or someone else's. And then you instead put the shooter's life in danger because that is fair play, I guess. So okay, let's go ahead and say drive, and I'm curious to see. Yeah, the car definitely moves a little more zippily now with the emulator speed turned up. And yeah, the VJ remake of Police Quest 1 had like a real proper driving interface, and it was really boring. Like this is way better because you can just change direction at any time. You don't need any turning radius. Your car literally just turns. It just flips around. Oh yeah, and we have to be careful not to run red lights. If you want to run red lights, you have to turn on the lights and siren, and then you can do so without problems. But if you run a red light here, it will end the game right away. In fact, I guess I can show that. If I save the game here, I'll say driving. So now if I wait till this light turns red, or I can actually just go up here and just drive through the light from here. There we go. You may only ignore intersection controls when operating a patrol car in Code 3 status, and even then only using due caution. And that was it. Oh yeah, one thing I also wanted to mention just briefly about the game's music. The title screen music. Is that the Get Smart theme, or is that from something else? Because usually, police dramas like this will use the that famous Dragnet theme. Dragnet is that da 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 da. But this game's, at least the start of this game's title music reminds me more of Get Smart. That dun 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 dun. Anyway. Sorry, little tangent there. If anybody knows where that's from, let me know because I'm curious. So yeah, as I mentioned last time, your basic speed is the default speed of the car, and you can speed up by pressing F6 on the PC or Shift 6 on the Apple IIgs, although it really doesn't seem to make me much faster here at all. And then 8 goes significantly faster, and then F10 or Shift 0 is, yeah, lights and siren. What? No. Oh, that's interesting. F4 appears to make me stop driving. Okay, for some reason I thought that was the slowest driving speed, but okay, I might be wrong. Sorry, okay. Then apparently F6 is the slowest driving speed, F8 is medium speed, and then F10 is lights and siren. Okay. That's probably in the manual. I probably overlooked that in the manual. So what are we doing here? I guess what you're supposed to do the first time is just get used to driving, get used to the act of driving the car, get used to the driving interface. But actually, right now we're just waiting. We basically, at the beginning of the driving scenario, or beginning of this driving sequence, we just need to wait because there will be a call that comes in over the car's radio. So, yeah, we don't. Well, that's a freeway there, if you're wondering what that is. Okay, here we go. Dispatch squawks 8332, 8332, respond to 1183, southwest corner of Fig and 4th. This form here is the city's freeway, in case you're wondering, or expressway, as some people might call it, which is, Okay, I'm not going to try to explain what a freeway is for people who don't know. But anyway, what is 8332? Let's go ahead and look that up in the game's manual, in the nicely enumerated list of radio codes. Let's see, where is it? Oh, actually. Oh, I think 8332 is not. I think that's our call sign. Oh yeah, didn't they say during the briefing that that's Sunny Bond's call sign during this patrol? Okay, sorry. So that's not a standard radio code. That's actually basically our name, so to speak, during this patrol. Okay, respond to 1183. Okay, what is it in 1183? 1183 is traffic collision, no details. So basically for traffic collision, the 4 possibilities are traffic collision with major injury, traffic collision with minor injury, traffic collision with property damage only, or in this case, 1183, no details, meaning we don't know if somebody's been killed or if it was just a minor accident. We'll just have to go there and find out. Now, if you have the map, obviously having the map of the city helps, but I think we can just go, see how it says at the top, this is map A3. I think if we just go down, I think it's B something where the accident is. Isn't it like B2 or something like that? Right, so here's What? Ah, I didn't. I didn't turn around fast enough. I didn't want to just reverse direction because they had a car behind me and I would have probably hit that car. So I tried to do it properly and cross over to the other side of the street, but I was going too fast. Okay. Well, darn. Okay. Okay. That's fine. I guess, I mean, again, I don't really need to. It's good that it saved my game here, but I don't really need to do much here except, once again, just wait to get called on the radio. But yeah, I think it was B something where you need to be when you get called on the radio. So let's be ready for that. Yeah, I don't have much to say right now. I'm not good at making casual conversation when driving a car because I try to focus on driving and I mean, even in a game like this, it's good to focus on what you're doing and okay, here we go. So okay. Oh, we're almost there. So this is B3 and I think if I go left from here, there we go. Yep, there it is. Okay, so let's see if we just there we go. Upon your arrival, so this happens automatically. I didn't press any key. I actually pressed down to try to stop, but it didn't matter. It automatically brings this up. So upon your arrival at the scene of the accident, you observe a group of bystanders gawking at a green sedan that attempted to carve its own door into the side of a brick building. All right, let's go ahead and press Shift 4 to get out of the car. Open door. Get out. Close door. Oh boy. This doesn't look good. Let's take a look at that car. There's a man slumped over the steering wheel. Look at the man. You take a deep breath, look in the car, and see a male slumped motionless over the steering wheel. A closer look reveals a bloody injury to the left side of his head and a gaping hole in his lower right jaw. Okay, so do we have a drive-by shooting here? I mean, looking at the car's window here, we can clearly see that there's a bullet hole, or what looks like a bullet hole there. The broken glass of the driver's window has a strange pattern for a car wreck. It appears to be a bullet hole. Yeah, okay. So I guess we're going to need to respond appropriately. Let's see. How do we actually... Is there something in the manual about how to respond to an accident scene? I actually don't... I don't see a procedure on how to respond to collision scenes, which is kind of funny because you'd think that that would be something that that police should know. But okay, so all right. So I guess what we should do is yeah, let's go ahead and do I need to look at the guy again? Right, yeah, you're supposed to look at the guy again. No pulse, no breathing, no vital signs. There is a bullet hole in the driver's window. This is not your normal everyday traffic accident. In your opinion, this man was murdered. Well, yeah, I mean, it looks like he was shot. That's what happened. So he didn't have like a stroke or a heart attack or anything. Okay, we should probably radio. Use your radio to advise dispatch of the apparent homicide. The car radio crackles a response. 10-4, 8332, right. So 10-4, of course, is, that, like I said, that's the most famous radio code that simply means your message has been received. And again, this is our call sign. So 10-4, 8332, we copy 187 PC homicide. What is 187 PC? Is that in the manual? Let me see. Oh, yes, penal code. So PC stands in this case not for personal computer, but for penal code. So PC 187 is the penal code for murder. So, or as they say here, homicide, which is basically the same thing. Is there a difference between homicide and murder? I mean, I guess murder is just the act of killing somebody, whereas homicide is the legal term. Like homicide is the legal term for taking another person's life. Anyway. Be advised when a homicide unit is en route and the coroner's office has been notified. Continue investigation. All right, let's go ahead and get out. I think we've checked out the car as much as we can. Should we try opening the trunk The job for the coroner. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much for us to do here except try to keep the crowd under control. I guess we can try to talk to the crowd. An excited young man approaches you. Officer, he says, I saw what happened. I saw everything. I was buying a paper at the newsstand across the street when I heard the scream of tires, he tells you. I looked down the street, and here comes this car in a light blue, late model Cadillac racing down the street side by side. When they got closer, I heard a bang. I thought one of them had a blowout. But right after that, this car here lost control and crashed. The light blue Caddy just kept on jamming, he finishes breathlessly. You noticed a lot of detail there, sir. For somebody who was so excited, usually somebody wouldn't notice the model. I mean, you might notice that the car was blue, but not that it was a Cadillac. All I know is, says witness, I think it's a part of his license plate number, L964. Okay. That will be good to note. Maybe we can look that up on the computer. Okay. Maybe we can look at partial license plate numbers on the computer as well. But yeah, again, that will have to wait until we get back to the station because this game does not have computers in the police cars. Okay, is there anything else that I should be doing here? I don't think so. I think pretty much yeah, just sit around and wait until we need to wait until the homicide unit shows up. So I guess they're on their way with the coroner, but there's not really much else to do here except just wait for the yeah, I mean we've already adequately investigated. I mean the guy's obviously dead. He has no vital signs. And, he's beyond CPR at this point. There's not much we can do about the car itself or the accident scene. I mean, okay, in real life, let me see. Can I open the trunk of my police car? I was trying to open my trunk, not the green car's trunk. I mean, obviously, in real life, what police often do in these situations is they set up road flares or traffic cones to warn oncoming traffic that there's an obstruction on the street. That is actually something you do in Police Quest 3, but I guess in this case it's not necessary. All right, I guess we just sit around and wait. Does this person have like a mohawk? I'm just looking at their hair and trying to figure out what's with their hair. It looks like they have black and red hair. It looks like they have dyed hair that's in like a striped red pattern. It's like a punk, I guess, with a mohawk. All right. Colonial something and Storage Incorporated. I'm trying to think. Vanny? I can't quite tell. I guess it's just Van. Okay, Colonial Van and Storage Incorporated. All right, fair enough. Hold on. Are we really supposed to wait this long? I feel like it is not usual to wait this long. Actually, I didn't need to go into the car to radio because I have a radio extender with me, so I guess I can. You notify dispatch of the vehicle information. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is the third time that it says you notify dispatch of the vehicle information. Dispatch, this is 8332. Be advised, description of suspect vehicle is late model, light blue Cadillac. 10-4-8332, we copy light blue Cadillac, partial license L964. How do you know that? I didn't say that part. Unless I missed it, but I don't think Sonny said that part. All right, anyway. Yeah. Now we just sit around and wait. Is there anything interesting that we can look at in our inventory? Let's look at the ammunition. Your speed loader holds 6 rounds of ammunition for your service revolver. How often do police actually use revolvers these days? Aren't they usually semi-automatics? I mean, the advantage of a semi-automatic is you don't need to worry about firing on an empty chamber because the next shot is always at the top of the magazine, which makes it a poor choice for playing Russian roulette, but a good choice if you want to make sure that you don't accidentally try to fire on an empty chamber. All right, finally we have people here. So Homicide Detective Oscar Hamilton arrives with Sergeant Dooley. I guess this guy in the uniform is Sergeant Dooley, whom we saw earlier at the briefing, and this guy in the black jacket is probably the detective. Dooley tells you, Bonds, Detective Hamilton will handle the investigation from here. All right. Hit the streets and try to find the rat responsible, says Sergeant Dooley. I'll introduce the witness to Hamilton. All right. Should we talk to these gentlemen? They can't hear you from here? What? All right, fine. Should I talk to the detective? I mean, all I know is the witness. Oh, that's the witness talking. All right, let's get out of here. I think Dooley. Anytime now, Bonds, hit the street. All right, all right. Close door. Oops, close door. And, all right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and save. I'll just save as accident. So I guess all we need to do now is just, again, same thing, just drive around and do our patrols. Just drive around until something interesting happens. That was the big action for the day. And if we come back here, yeah, this, whoops. I ran a red light because I wasn't paying attention to that. Okay. So yeah, so if you leave the screen and come back, the accident has already been cleared. Yeah, I wasn't trying to return to the accident scene. I was just trying to get onto my side of the road. We can actually, I guess we can drive on the freeway, but for that you need to use the diagonal directions so that the car goes on the, obviously diagonally oriented freeway. I mean, we really don't need to go anywhere. We have no leads on where the, oh, here we go. Steve Radios, 8332, this is 8331, time for 1198 at Caffeine Castle. 1198 being meeting. All right, let's have a meeting. Hold on, where's Caffeine Castle? Is that in the map in the manual? Oh, the manual doesn't have a map. I remember the manual for Police Quest 3 had a map of the city in the back of it, but this one appears to not. Okay, let me see. I think, okay, so the place should be at, okay, A3. A3 should be the place where the, oh wow, what happened here? I took my eyes off the game screen. Looks like I created a traffic pileup. Okay, so let's go ahead and, I really like the scenery here, like the way you can see these houses with the swimming pools on them and palm trees and things like that. It's really awesome. I just love the little touches. I love the little touches that they've put on the city in this game. It's kind of like Sim City without the Sim City part. Yeah, I know. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and respond code 3. This is an emergency. We need to oh, there we go. Okay, so it's right here. Come on. Oh, I guess, okay. There we go. So there's Wino Willie's and there's Carol's Caffeine Castle. I know the whole thing about cops and donut shops is a stereotype. Oh, I didn't need to type open door. It automatically opened the door. That's nice. Let's see. This is your favorite coffee shop. Carol, the busy but friendly waitress, makes the strongest coffee in town. There's a menu on the left wall and a telephone on the far wall. The restroom is down the hall from the phone. Let's, okay, I'm going to guess that guy in the uniform is probably our friend. So let's go ahead and sit and talk. Hey, Sonny, it's good to see you. I know the whole thing about cops and donut shops is a stereotype. It's not so much about the donuts. It's more just cops work weird hours. Hold on, do I need to do something here? Order coffee. See, looks like he's on a caffeine high. Okay. Talk. Do I do anything? Hold on, do I do anything here or just? Okay, I guess we just wait for a while. Just sit here and chill out. So yeah, like I was saying, cops work weird. I wanted to order a coffee for myself. Do I just sit here and not drink coffee? Yeah, the thing is, cops obviously work different shifts. I mean, oh, here we go. Carol sets her coffee down and says, "Here you go, big boy, 1 caffeine Ivy." Thanks. Oh, I didn't need to pay? I just said thanks and she says you're welcome and leaves. Steve tells you, "Man, that murder makes a guy wonder what's going on around this town." Oh. Ah, telephone. Don't bother to get up. Carol answers her own telephone. Okay. Okay. Carol yells at you from across the room. "Officer Bonds, there's a Detective Hamilton on the phone for you." Thanks. Can I drink my coffee first? You slam back the entire mug of Jamaican Java. Your eyeballs roll back in your head. Wow, that is some strong coffee. You don't have any coffee. Can I get the mug at least? You don't need it. All right, fine. All right, let's go ahead and this coffee will blow your socks off. Yeah. All right. Answer phone. You take the phone and hear, Bonds, this is Detective Hamilton. We identified the 187 victim in the car as Lonnie West, a local small-time drug dealer. Believe it or not, he's the second small-timer to get his ticket punched in the last 2 weeks. I just want you to know about West since he worked the scene. Gotta run, got another call waiting. Don't spend the whole day drinking coffee. Bye. Click. Wow, what is this sound effect? I guess it's supposed to be a dial tone? This is supposed to be a North American dial tone, I guess. Yeah, okay. You are now in the restroom. That's true. Use toilet? Wow. Um, wow, that was a lot more dramatic a bathroom experience than I was expecting. I did not expect that to happen. Well, gosh. Golly gosh. All right. Boy, this weather's been great. Okay. Do we have anything else to do, or do we just uh I guess are we supposed to do we just say bye? I guess that's it. Steve says, "Well, I guess it's time to get back to the business of crime fighting." I guess that's it. I guess that means we leave. Well, that was a great social interaction. Wow. All right. After coffee. Okay, I think I'll go ahead and leave it at that for now. This seems like a good place to stop the video. Um, yeah, I was just going to say the whole thing about cops and donut shops, it's not really so much about the donuts, it's just that because, the police have to be staffed 24 hours a day, which often means that cops work weird shifts, like they might be up all night. And it's really more about having a place that serves coffee late at night, and, where you don't have to not like a real restaurant where you sit down and have to wait to be served because cops can't sit around waiting 15 minutes for their order to arrive. They might get called away on a quick call, so they have to get something quick and simple and cheap, and hopefully with coffee. And so this is donut shops are a good place to do that. It's not so much about the donuts as about the coffee and just having a place that's open late and is simple and cheap. So that's why they tend to frequent such places. I mean, 7-Eleven works just as well. Convenience stores where you can get snacks and drinks and things without having to wait around for a long time. So that's really the reason why. Anyway, this has been more of Police Quest in Pursuit of the Death Angel. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will talk to you folks later. Bye-bye for now.